away from that previous set. We're going to a European classic, one that's been battled in France, in the UK, in different venues globally. Bloom4Eva versus Glutonny in Technicolor Vision beamed over Twitch to you once again. I don't know what set count these two are at, but I'm sure it's getting to be a pretty high number. And already, neither player scored a hit in the first 20 seconds because both of them are just feeling each other out. They know how each other plays. And there it is. Bloom4Eva scores the first little bit of damage of the set.
Yeah, that start there can be incredibly crucial. I believe the set record used to be a little bit more Bloom flavored, but in more recent clashes between these two European titans, I believe Gluto's come out on top more often than not there. Bloom, though, taking Gluto to the top off of the back of a missed tech there, going for the up smash. Oh, I love one up tilt into a option just to get Gluto away, and there we go, the bike is back, and so is Gluto. They're able to recover from such a deep position. 140s on the board, and you think that's great. Bloom is currently in the lead, but if you can't get rid of Gluto, which when it's Wario and he's a heavy and he takes that little bit extra to get rid of, it's going to take more than just your Bayo average, and Bayo's average is also at times a little less than other characters in the game here.
Yeah, Bloom has got Gluto incredibly high, and you know what this means, Hobhonks. It's Bayonetta time. Can she kill before Gluto does the same amount of damage to you? And you can, especially off that witch time, if you secure it like that. Gluto is the first one to drop the stock of the ever-important game 1 of the set, and Bloom is not too high in percent, but is looking kind of scary against a character like Wario who can gatekeep you very, very simply. Love resetting you back to the stage, finding a little bit of extra damage. Gluto, it feels like so far, is playing incredibly safe, just kind of feeling out where Bloom is for the day.
Yeah, just trying to see what exactly is going to happen here. Just wanting to try, as you say, a feeling out process in the moment, even as we go into the second stock here, and Gluto almost halfway through that second stock as we speak there. Able to get a big chomp, the best chomps in the world here come out from Glutonny, and the bike here just used so expertly, forcing Bayo to go maybe lower than Bloom would like, force a recovery in a very certain way to get around it, and there Bloom unable to get back on stage. They're swinging with that forward, but Wario is all too happy to engage in close quarter situations. Again, his stubby limbs mean that he can't go too far out of his own comfort zone when trying to get these hits, but Bloom firmly in his comfort zone with that big up B, wanting to get something off it but unable to. Great air dodge to get away from Bloom here. Glutonny wanting to use the bike just to manipulate how Bloom views the stage, but there we go, Bloom ready to punish Gluto, picking up the bike there and ready to take this stock if something big can be landed here. We see a witch twist into the side B, unable to extend further, but just taking these little moments just to land that little bit more, that extra up B, that extra nair. You know it's not going to kill because it's Bayonetta, but what might kill at this very moment is the one that Gluto can find it and doesn't manage to hit the sweet spot. A sour end to the supreme option that Glutonny does have in this set, but again, crucially, despite all the good that's just happened for Bloom, unable to get rid of Wario.
Yeah, just struggling to shake him off. That's 2 stocks now that you've gone to plus like 170%. It's gonna come from a very dicey spot if you do find this kill. Like, you're looking for a jab, you're looking for another just like raw smash attack. Could find a back air in neutral, but it's a little bit harder to find unless you're confirming into it. And the big thing is, when Bayo struggles to kill, Bayo loses all of her like killing combos. She loses a lot of the strings that she relies on so comfortably. So Bloom is now in a really rough spot where it's like, okay, I need to kill Gluto, and I don't know where this hit's gonna come from. I need to find something like this jab, something like the back that he tossed out a little bit ago. And Gluto is racing away with this percent in the meantime, 50%. It's only climbing at 65. Is there a kill coming? It looked like Gluto wanted to end it there and then.
There is no WAF online, but there is no need to worry if you're a Gluto fan, because Wario has other potent options as well, building percent with that chomp, and that back air is looking more and more spicy as we get to higher percent. Wario is raging at the moment, able at this massive percent to kill a little bit earlier than normal because of the rage that's been accrued. Bayo, though, able to just cinch it out, but look how convoluted that has to be. I'll take you from one side of the stage all the way to the other, and only then will I be able to potentially land a back air. Things were so heavily in Bloom's favor, but because of Bayo being unable to seal things out, Bloom has now found himself on a ginormous back foot where Wario whack's coming the longer this goes on, and the longer it goes on as well, the more frustrated you're going to be getting with the fact that you just can't kill Wario.
Yeah, and Gluto is going to be rocketing towards a second waft of the game pretty soon. There it is, ready to go, and just sets up straight into the bike, release, and watch Bloom go. Back into the waters with you, Bloom. We're going to see you in game 2. And Hoppunks, I did do a little bit of reading while that set was happening. A little bit of pressure on this set. The set count between Bloom4Eva and Glutonny is currently 6 playing 6. Dead even, 50%.
Really?
Is this going to be a change in the delta? Because I don't believe Bloom has... I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here. It's either never been or been very unfrequently that Bloom's been up on Gluto. It's always been that Gluto's been in the lead in set count and then Bloom's been like catching up. Or like, oh, the past 2 sets been in Bloom's favor. This could be the first time in a while that Bloom's just straight up been winning on Gluto, I'm pretty sure.
We're gonna have to say. I believe like earlier, just sort of like again, like just after like the likes of competitive returned after COVID, we had things like I believe Bloom might have just been like at that point where things were a little bit more even, but again in more recent encounters, it feels like Gluto's figured out more the fact that the longer things go on, the longer things go into his favor, and because of that, it's again like he's been able to take these more recent encounters with Bloom, who once again finds himself off stage and at risk of getting Wario F tilted, especially if you're going to send yourself back off stage, but getting the very last hit of Witch Twist to turn and pull Wario off stage, not to get anything major, but just to ensure that you don't get hit by an Ecton. There we go, all able to air dodge expertly there to get out of dodge and running right through Bayonetta like she's a temple wall there, holding back just that little bit there is Bloom, and putting Gluto off stage, going so low, and I believe using the whack to get back. I wasn't quite sure, their bike is not there, and Gluto is though able to just swing a Bayonetta's up B to secure himself a place back on stage after Bloom was doing such a good job of using the up B of Bayonetta to keep Gluto out, and now next time that happens you've got bike to contest with, and that's implying that you won't get this kill now, which you do.
Yeah, Bloom with a very comfy lead so far, but Gluto can take this any second with just a couple of hits. Bloom being a disadvantage isn't a place where he wants to be, but hey, Bayo is happy to be off the side of the stage as long as she has options, and options Bloom has, making Gluto already rocket up to 52. Gluto needs to take the stock and soon before Bloom puts in a little bit too much hurt, because only a little bit more percent. Bloom's got rage. I've seen this character, I've seen this player do insane things with rage before, and this is the kind of percent where it happens. Gluto needs to find this kill before Bloom can properly get in once more, or this could be a 1-3 lead for Bloom, and at the moment it's looking pretty shaky for Gluto after a pretty solid game 1. Bloom's counter-adapted.
Yeah, we can see that here as Wario does take that next stop. Glutonny with a big dash attack there. Bayonetta is now staring down a fully charged whack, and a Wario at very high percent. Can you convert? Can you find that big hit? We shall have to see here. But again, after game 1 where things slipped ever so slightly more and more into Wario's favor until it was an insurmountable lead for Bayonetta, who lands a beautiful down air to take that stock there. But this game has been a little bit different. Bloom's been really just playing around what Glutonny wants to do again, like finding like those moments where Glutonny just getting those little nickel and dime hits, you know, using that up B whenever possible there. Gluto waiting that little bit longer, they're adapting really well to what Bloom does want to do, and things are very, very dicey at the moment. One up tilt is going to lead into a waft, but Bloom just very content not to get the big combos going at the moment, which might lead to waft coming out in an sort of situation if we're both scrambling to continue a combo or get out of it. But what we're finding here is Bloom's just happy to do that nickel and dime, just move around Wario and find that one big hit before going into a big combo. But again, perfectly happy just to get those smaller hits, which are going to ensure that Glutonny cannot come back. And Gluto's comeback just got a whole lot harder, expecting Bloom to chase, but not the case as Waft is used up, Dalax.
Yeah, it is gone off the table, out of the cards, and Bloom has it all coming up in his favor. Glutonny sitting at 154. It's incredibly rough. You do have rage. It is still possible this comeback is not completely gone, but god damn if Bloom's momentum is not up, and if this isn't looking very, very comfortable. Down to its left tilt, though, does seal the deal. It's one stock each. Gluto's got tons of rage. Bayonetta can struggle to pick off stocks at high percents. Gluto is going to be playing patient, going to be playing safe, and only going to be looking for stray hits that can convert into high-hitting combos just like this. That throw, he's not going to want to overextend this, so he backs away, lets the neutral reset, and goes again. because he knows that Bayonetta's neutral nowhere near as good as Wario's. So you don't want to go into a spot where she can convert off of a little whiff hit from you, but that could be it. Bang! No way! Wow.
Hungry Forest just unable to leave the stage. Wants another go at the buffet, but going is what he is doing. Thrown off stage by Bayonetta there.
Yeah, terrifying position, but Bloom does manage to pull it away. I think this is a matchup that these two have played a lot at this point. It's literally coming down to not even whose character's better, not even who can adapt better, but literally just game for game basis. These two know each other. They know how each other plays. They know what each other wants. They are just going for it now, putting all of their skills to the test, seeing how their reactions can work, seeing how are they just masters of their character? Are they going to pilot themselves to victory through this set? In loser's side, by the way, Bloom4Eva Glutonny in the loser's side of bracket to stay alive and push up to loser's semi-finals. So there's a lot of stuff riding on this.
You've got to push as hard as you can here as we now go to Battlefield. Things are going to be a little bit easier to climb into the sky for Bayo because of those extra platforms to have those conversions. And as we see it, oh my lord, not up and away because of the up tilt, the up air pardon one, not quite finding as big a mark as it was wanting. But there we are. It doesn't really matter because Bloom's once again just got Gluto off stage, just again willing to just land those one little bits of interaction with the likes of the side B, with the likes of the up B. Just keep Gluto away. Again, I don't need to go for a killing blow yet. I just need to get your percentage high and make you have to approach me, and then you're going to be the one who's likely going to misplay at some point or another, despite the caliber of player. But Gluto showing his caliber expertly there. A great use of Bayo's option, though, going so low to make sure that Gluto can't catch with anything to counter that recovery to ledge. Great roll read into an amazing just run off. Grabbing Bayo in his gullet is Wario, but ready to shield it there. Oh, the back air would have been big for Bayo, but unable to land it, instead just creating another offstage situation in which Bloom is unable to chase Wario effectively. Ready for that roll that time, but just not quite in the position to connect that back air, which I think at that percent could have spelt the end for Gluto, wanting to trap Wario upstage again, but things have stayed super even, and the longer they stay even, the longer they tick into Wario's favor with the whack, and with the fact that Bayo just needs to kill, and kill she does. That time prepared for a mix-up, not rolling in that time Gluto, instead just staying where he is, and Bayo was able to capitalize.
Return to sender. Glutonny finds that dash attack, evening out to 2 stocks apiece, and the moment that Bayo gets back to the stage, Bloom4Eva finds himself jumping up in percent. There's nothing that he can't do back, but Gluto is ready and waiting. Just applause you can hear from the crowd. Oh wait, sorry, that's Wario himself. Up air after up air is taking Bloom's percent higher and higher. Waft's ready to go. So again, you need to start respecting Gluto. It's you're waiting for that one. You're waiting for the time. If you let your guard down, you're gonna get hit by that in the future. So you can never afford to. Bloom is ready and waiting with that shield to consume Gluto's win condition. Well, not quite a win condition. That's the wrong thing to say, but you get what I mean.
Way aye, man. The waft is as horrid as can be, but crucially, it has evaporated. I think, are we 0 for 2, 0 for 3 for big wafts in this set? I'll have to double check a little bit later, but a little bit later might turn into a long, long time here for Glutonny. If Bloom is unable to secure this stock, trapped at ledge again, and able just to get through with a simple roll, able just to use that very just basic option. Just get you mix up with something. I'm not going to jump and then swing at you with this and do this and that. I'm just going to roll, but unable to escape ledge at that moment there. Glutonny has this stock lead in this set for, I believe, the very first time here, as we see Bloom just start to get hit by those little hits that Wario brings when he's in the air. Wants something big. Bloom needs to chase, needs to grab, needs to read something to secure this kill, as Wario takes himself high into the sky with his bike, riding high both in the set and on the stage. They're unable to find the kill with the up tilt back at one of Bayo's premier kill options, but the spot was not sweet enough to secure that stock, Dalax.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Bloom should be able to take this stock any second now, as long as he makes it back to the stage, and Gluto just misses that F tilt, letting Bloom get back. But the issue is, again, your high percent. Bloom's got to land something stray and neutral to be able to find this as a kill now. There really aren't any conversions that will really do it. So Gluto is just kind of living, knowing that you can flirt around right in Bloom's face, because all of these options that would kill you are very committal, high startup, high stakes. So Gluto can wait for Bloom to put himself in a disadvantage and then go in and punish them for being in end lag. Finally takes the stock, 118%. It's a tight spot to be in, but it isn't one that's impossible to come back from. Oh, never mind. Eat your words, commentator. Watch this back air.
There we are, commentators curse and come back is not what Bloom did there. Instead, it was the back air of Glutonny, which was able to secure that second game. And what a microcosm those last two stocks, where Bloom had done so very well game two to keep that lead, to play around that amazingly potent kill option that gets stronger and stronger over the course of the game, and then just couldn't secure it. That last stock, as you said, was entirely possible, but because Wario can just kill you like that with something so sweet and so strong as that back air, which because of his high aerial mobility is always a threat, even if you think it's not, he can drift in, drift out, mix up the positioning for it to always find the mark. And when you're having to extend your hurt box with your own kill options, or they're just incredibly laggy, as you said, incredibly committal, with the likes of the rapid jab, with the likes of that throw, with the likes of the back air, it's so hard to come back from that deficit. We are going to see Bloom stick to Bayo, and I absolutely do not blame him for that. Again, the character has done huge things in this matchup previously. We just need to see if we can secure it as we head into game 4, the potential tournament game of the UK's last hope in this bracket. Will we see France establish dominance, or will we see the UK be ready for one last scrap, Dalax?
It's not over until it's over. Until one of those has 3 slashes next to their name, this set is still hot and it is still going. And Bloom has the entire nation of the UK behind them. Gluto has the whole of France as well cheering them on. So both have a lot riding on this. You're in loser's side. You don't want to drop out to someone that you've played this matchup tons and tons against. Six sets, playing 6 sets. It's so even between these two. It is all to play for as Bloom finds a nice little chunk of change on Gluto. But it's only just to even out what Gluto already did at the start of the game.
Yeah, and that difference is just the key part of this, I think. The fact that, beautiful use of back within there, by the way, the fact that Bloom is doing all of this work just to have it undone in a couple hits by Wario, who then is able to take it that bit further where Bayo does struggle. That's been the tale of the tape so far. Bloom able to land some superb conversions, but unable to kill off of any of them. We have Ledge here as the situation, but unable to catch Gluto and keep him off stage. Instead, we see Gluto tomahawking straight in and getting that grab to put Bloom at Ledge, which has been the most lethal location for the Umbra Witch during this clash of European Titans. Getting out of dodge there with a beautiful air dodge mix-up, but straight back into disadvantage off the back of a back air. The bike is getting thrown around, and that little bounce is enough to mean that you are sent packing further off stage, able to recover but not able to get off Ledge. Back within comes out again, but not able to do anything with it. Instead, it's another chomp, and Bayo's back off stage, and the bike set up again. Deja vu, I have been in this place before, and it's been lethal every single time. Glutonny mixing up so well. All it's going to take now is a bit of the bite, not quite, but now Bloom's Ledge invincibility is thoroughly gone, and Gluto just able to use the bike so well to just trap Bloom at Ledge. There was a very little chance that Bloom would be able to get off that because of how Glutonny was able to use his options, and catching with a 5th up tilt, just so confident at the moment is Gluto. You've got Waft on deck, you're waiting to use it, wanting an up tilt to secure that huge hit, and Bayo needs a big one of her own to take things even the slightest bit even, but Gluto right now is dancing through the air, using the aerial mobility for Wario, and once again, Ledge is the location, Alex.
That it is, Hobhunks, and Gluto is being sure to keep Bloom there. Tries for a waft, that's another miss, tallied up in the charts. Bloom gets to live on Ghost Flows and Powered Guns. Can't quite kill Gluto off them, but that's just more damage, baby. Finds that witch time, but doesn't quite find anything off of it. But again, it's just more damage. Trying to get you to a point where a stray hit of anything can kill, a grab here with a forward throw or even a down throw in center stage could do the deal here for Bloom. It's definitely not one that you often see them trying to find, but if it works, it works, especially considering that Bloom's got Bayo on his back as well. He's gone for 2 grabs in a row. It's probably going for a third. It's pretty telling what he wants, but Gluto's still baiting it out with the shield, rolling behind, calls out the grab. That was 3 grabs in a row from Bloom. Gluto caught on and punished hard. 3 stocks to 1, using the bike against the rider. Gluto finds that stock get dropped on the ledge, biting the bullet that has killed Bloom a few times this set already. Couple of forward airs, looking to even out the deal. Hobhunks, this is close, but it isn't exactly over.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the one thing I think it's so easy to counter when you're fighting a character like Wario. Oh, he's got Wario, he's so much better at killing than you, but never count out Bloom4Eva. Best in the UK for a reason, and it might just be an edge guard or a witch time or something surprising that starts things off here, just swinging at Wario. They'd be like, no, 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 get away from me, and taking that moment there just to reposition the bike so that it's not quite within Wario's reach. Up to the down tilt into the double side B, not able to do anything in terms of killing, but able to get that percentage piled on here. Just needs one big hit to secure this stock and make things far more even. If you think about it, just 30 seconds or less ago, Bloom was a full stock down, and at the moment is at the precipice of making it even. Gets the forward, but the third hit doesn't come out there. Gluto was able to recover even without the bike, but Bloom is patient as anything and safe as houses, calls out that neutral air to secure a back air, one of Bayo's most potent kill options, and certainly, Daleks, things are looking a lot more lovely for Bloom4Eva as he catches with a superb heel slide into the afterburner kick.
That it is 70% on Gluto. It's been full reverse now. This could be a kill if Bloom takes it all the way, but instead chooses to just go for the damage, then try and find a good read on the back air. It hits, but it doesn't kill those guns. No bike on Gluto. This should be curtains. Uses the waff, uses the up B. No, Gluto's dropped one of the best kills in his kit just to keep the game alive, and can you blame him? Bloom finding that in, finding some more damage, charging up the guns and choosing instead to go away with them. Gluto wants this bike to connect again, and it does. It's just more damage building up. Gluto's playing safe. This could be big for Gluto, keeping Bloom off the side of the stage with that chomp. It's just rising up. Bloom hasn't landed a hit in like 20 seconds and just can't seem to stick the landing as Gluto is evening this out, is turning it around, gets the grab, gets the throw. Bike should be ready to go any second now. Bloom makes it back to the ledge, tries to call out with the witch time again. No invincibility to speak of, but does manage to get off of that perilous situation. The next straight hit from either person does it. Down tilt, dash attack. Bloom stays alive, makes it back to the ledge safe and sound. Gluto sets up with the bike, doesn't find another kill, but they're both rocketing to being over 150%. That's going to be a kill on that chomp. Game, set, match, Finny. That goes to Glutonny. Oh my god, what an end to a set. Bloom, unfortunately, just not being able to secure that final hit. Hobhunks, what happened?
It was just that momentum, right? Bloom was riding high. You've got Gluto up into the upper echelons of percentage after being so far behind a full stock, and then you rip that lead away from Gluto, and then you rip that lead even further away and take his momentum to boot, and then Gluto just looks at you and says, hang on, you haven't been able to kill me all game. You haven't been able to do anything to me when it's mattered most. And in that moment, it mattered more than ever. Bloom4Eva was, as you say, unable to connect anything. And all of Bayo's options at that point was so risky. They were so just not potent enough to compete with Wario's quick little down tilt, his quick little forward air, his quick nair, and Gluto used that bike so well. The fear had been instilled so effectively prior in the game, and because of that, Gluto was able to exploit what he'd conditioned Bloom to do to get around that bike, exploit the fact that Bayo just couldn't get rid of Wario, and in the end was able to use the conditioning and the positioning of bike and just Bayo's inability to take Wario out as easily as Wario could flip the script